Have you ever just stopped and thought that the standard advice for getting rich, the whole work hard, save for 40 years, and enjoy it when you're 65, is just fundamentally broken? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're diving head first into the core ideas of M.J. DeMarco's The Millionaire Fastlane, a book that pretty much declares war on all that conventional financial wisdom. DeMarco kicks things off with this absolute banger of a quote from Marcus Aurelius, and man, does it set the tone. The whole idea here is that blindly following the financial advice of the masses, well, that's its own kind of insanity. This is basically an invitation to break away from the herd and find a completely different path. All right, let's get right into it. The first big idea we have to wrestle with is something DeMarco calls the Great Deception. You might know it better as get rich slow. Come on, we all know this story, right? It's been hammered into our heads since we were kids. It's the safe path. It's the responsible path. Go to school, get that good job, climb the ladder, max out your 401k, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get to enjoy a little bit of wealth in your golden years. And this is the gut punch. This is DeMarco's whole argument. He says that path isn't a roadmap to wealth at all. It's a trap. It's a trade. You're trading your youth, your freedom, your actual life for a future that isn't even guaranteed. I mean, think about it. Wealth that shows up when you're too old to really enjoy it, is that even real wealth? So, if the get-rich-slow plan is a trap, what are the alternatives? Well, DeMarco breaks it all down into three very distinct financial roadmaps. And here's the thing. Every single one of us is on one of these three roads, whether we realize it or not. And what's so cool about this is how it just lays out the entire philosophy of the book at a glance. You've got the sidewalker who lives for today, spends everything, and, well, ends up in poverty. Then you have the slow laner, and this is most of us, who sacrifices today for a tomorrow that's just kind of mediocre. But then there's the fast laner. They operate on a completely different level. They see time as their most precious asset, and they use business systems to build wealth and freedom today. Okay, so since most of us are on that slow lane, let's take a hard look at its main vehicle, the job. DeMarco, he does not pull any punches here. He calls it a criminal trade, a trade where you're selling off your life piece by piece. And he breaks it down into what he calls the 5 core suckages of a job, the flaws that are basically designed to keep you from ever getting truly wealthy. Think about it. You have no control. You can't just wake up and decide to triple your income. Your experience gets siloed, and the entire system is set up for you to get paid last, after the government and everyone else takes their slice. So here's where it gets really brutal. The math just doesn't work. The typical job is a 5-for-2 trade. You give up 5 days of your life just to get 2 days of freedom. That's a negative 60% return on your life. When you see it laid out like that, it's an insane deal that no rational person would ever take. All right, let's move on. If the slow lane is the trap, the fast lane is the escape plan. And it all starts with a completely different way of looking at wealth, a totally different equation. And that shift, it begins right here by changing your mindset from being a consumer to becoming a producer. See, consumers see the world as a big shopping mall, a place to buy stuff. Producers, on the other hand, see a world full of opportunities. They're asking different questions. How is this made? What problem does it solve? How could I make it better? The first piece of the fast lane equation is net profit. It's super simple. How many things you sell multiplied by how much profit you make on each one. But notice the most important part. You control both of those variables. You can sell more units or you can increase your profit. You can scale it. Now the second part is asset value. And this is huge. You're not just earning an income, you are building a valuable asset, your business. An asset that can one day be sold for a massive multiple of its profits. This is how you create those life-changing wealth events. So there it is. Wealth equals your net profit plus your asset value. Unlike the slow lane equation, which is totally limited by your time, every single variable in the fast lane equation is within your control, and it has virtually unlimited potential. So how do you actually know if your business idea is a real fast lane business? Well, DeMarco gives us a simple test. It has to pass the sense test. You need control. There needs to be a barrier to entry. It has to solve a real need. It has to be separated from your time, and it must have scale. If your idea fails on any one of these, it's not a true fast lane vehicle. It's probably just another job that you've accidentally created for yourself. So there you have it. You've seen the maps, you've got the dead-end sidewalk, the long, slow, mediocre, slow lane, and the explosive, life-changing fast lane. Ultimately, the choice of which road you take, that's all on you. And that's really the most powerful takeaway from all of this. Your financial life isn't about luck. It's not about what the economy's doing. It's about the roadmap you choose to follow and the thousands of little choices you make every single day that keep you on that road. So it really all boils down to this, doesn't it? Your entire life is the sum of your choices. Every day, you're making choices that put you on one of these three paths. The real question isn't what's going to happen tomorrow, but what are you going to do today? Which road are you on, and is it really taking you where you want to go?